never know how the future is gonna turn out, especially if going to JUCO, because you always have these D1 aspirations, and then you go to a junior college, which is like a reality check almost. But I always had the confidence knowing that this is just a pit stop. This is just a stepping stone to where I'm going to be.
What was the worst meal you had in JUCO? I love asking that question.
It's kind of different because I really wasn't at the JUCO. Like, since I lived at home, I just stayed at home, and we had online classes.
Oh,
so I was at home.
So you had good cooking.
Good meals. So
you
I
were
had
good.
meals.
So you're the best of all the guests.
Yeah, I had good treatment. So people always like, it's a struggle. It was a struggle hooping wise, like the stops and the traveling. Like the buses and traveling 7 hours, like stuff like that. Yes, that's tough. But when I was eating pretty good.
What was it like when you got the news you were going to get an extra year? Because that had to be really, really exciting when you found out you were going to get one more year of eligibility.
It was actually funny timing. Like I was mad, not about getting the extra year, but we just played a game and we ended up losing like a close game at Southern Utah. So we're in the film room, and then our coach shows this email, pretty much saying I have another year of eligibility. So I'm just like trying to hold it in on him, like, oh, I'm about to have another year. I'm thinking, you're playing like this is my last year, give it all I have, and let the dice, the cards play how they play. So it was one of those where I was like, oh yeah, this is fun, like let's do it.
And I'm sure you wouldn't trade this year at San Diego for anything now that you're here.
Not at all. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
What makes this team so special? 'Cause talking to all you guys, it seems like you have a really good time being a part of this together.
Yes, we have a great time just doing anything together. Like, we can just chill together, talk together, make jokes together. Even at practice, like, it's just a very healthy environment to where I feel like everyone enjoys being around each other. And I feel like everyone would say the same.
Do you feel personally that you've become a better basketball player this season, having to take on a role of being in more of a team-first mentality versus having to be in a mentality where you had to carry the entire load offensively?
Yes, I feel like mentally it's a lot. It's like almost like a weight lift off your shoulder at times, because you don't have to have all that pressure on your shoulders. So where now it's distributed, and you just do the best that you can when you're in, or what can you bring to the game, even if I am on the bench, trying to be the best teammate that I can be and supporting the others that are in the game. Because if that was me, what would I want to see, or what would mean the most to me? What would I remember out of someone on the bench? And I feel like that's someone who's supporting me. And it's okay, I remember that. After my college years, I remember the people that supported me on the bench and, always was there for me and gave me advice, uplifted me, all those type of things.
And if you look back at this season, what's a moment you believe that you'd pinpoint that made you a better basketball player?
The USC game, for sure. I would say just having the confidence to go out there and was like, this is another game. Because I have been playing, at Southern Utah, where I played in, bigger schools. Like last year we played UCLA, Arizona, who's, this year just taken off, skyrocketed. So
really good.
At their place. So we played big schools before. So to me, it was like another opportunity to prove myself. And I'm just happy that God gave me the talent to do what I need to do that night. And, the results spoke for itself.
So you got some great individual tape. If you look back at your college journey, what was the hardest moment of your journey so far?
I would say, injuries. So certain injuries that I had, like last year I had a shoulder injury that I had to sit out for some games and stuff like that. That still lingers. So I would just say dealing with dealing with injuries and knowing how to bounce back from those injuries. Because sometimes you get in a mental space to where you're like, I don't know if it'll ever be the same, or I don't know if coach still gonna like me, or, if he's, there's all these possibilities that go through your head to where it's like, man, you can get down on yourself and it can affect how you play. And you don't want it to affect your mentality, because now your mentality is how you perceive the world every day, and you bring in negativity onto yourself. So just trying to stay positive and continue to work out of that, I would say, is the biggest thing.
When you look back at the end of your journey at USD, what do you want your legacy to be here?
Just someone that every time they was on the court that he gave it his all. That he was someone that tried to make the game entertaining by how he played, by the hard work that he did, and who he is as a person, in the community, or just how I engage with people, and just someone that didn't just take advantage of the opportunity that was given.